Greetings, lovely Libra. Thanks for joining me here. This is your new moon and Taurus reading. So let's get stuck into it. That new moon's sort of appearing in the skies here in the southern hemisphere, I think, tonight. So let's throw our seeds out there and remembering, the months leading up to this time and the months that will be moving forward from this time. I think things will start speeding up at the end of May. So let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy the now. Okay, so let's get the central point. We're doing a shortened Celtic cross if you've not tuned in before. So we'll just get the central point first for your lovely Libra. One more card, please. Just one more card. Like to let them jump. If it be your will. Yes. Okay. Interesting. Intuitively, you're pretty much making a decision here at this time. We have the Two of Swords. We see the new moon. It's hard to see it in this card at the top, being pierced by a kind of truth sword, I guess. Your truth. This is about making decisions on. It's not like you're at the point where you are making a definitive decision. In fact, you're in the process of doing that, and what you're basing this decision on is what you're getting from your intuitive guidance here. It is crossed by the Fool. I don't know what the basis of this is, but I've got a card face down here. It is crossed by the Fool. I think there's a desire to be unencumbered, possibly. I just flipped that over. So we get the Three of Discs. There's a desire to be unencumbered, to start out anew and to build, obviously, to build new foundations. I mean, whether that's the beginning of something new, whether it's bringing other people in to something that you've already been working on, it is of that nature. So let's just see what's behind you, lovely Libra. What's behind, beautiful? Oh, Libra. Look, we've got two cards flew out here. We'll go through, we'll clarify here. So what's behind you? We get the gift, absolute gift of the Ace of Cups. We have this now, being the Three of Swords. We know what this is, I mean, every human on the planet does. Sorrow, pain and wounding. But I do feel here that Three of Swords is like it's kind of like it's a memory. It's in your emotional memory bank. What you're seeing, I think what you're feeling actually more than seeing is you've felt the rush of this ace in your life. And this is like very recent. But don't get hung up on time, but I feel that. And that it's a choice to accept that. It's a choice to accept that ace and to work with it and shape it. It's quite interesting, Libra. Let's see. Current position for Libra, please. We'll get two there. Current position. Okay. Look, I think in your experience, I think in your experience of life, you've seen, this could be quite specific reading, in your experience of life thus far, you've seen quite extremes. Extremes is just what I'm getting. We get the Five of Swords. The fives are about conflict and an internal conflict, let's face it. It usually starts in there before it gets presented out to the world in that sort of projectile manner. I don't go along often with theories of, you know, the five being, we see traditionally, I'm sure you've seen the fellow coming in, stealing swords from the dying and dead on the battlefield. A wonderful, unpleasant medieval kind of image, I guess. But I think that is something we do to ourselves. It is here currently with the Four of Wands, the double 11. In some decks, this is the wheel. It's got all the symbols that are on the World card, the Universe card, New Cycle card. It is traditionally a card of homecoming, of a happy home. I think you've seen many, I think you've had quite extremes. This is bouncing backwards and forwards. You've been, you know, you've been down, you've been up, you've been poor, you've been rich. It's got that feeling to it. Let's see, moving forward. But there is a need to set off on something new, building new foundations. Maybe with a new perspective. Holy moly. Moving forward, yeah, with a new perspective. Look, the Magus, the Magician, taking all your tools, everything around you, and utilising this. You see how you can. And I think, to me, this reading, this particular collection of cards, speaks of experience, speaks of somehow having a moment where you have this rerun, you know, like a section of clips of film going past, an overview, and you actually realise that where you're at currently is just amazing, because you can work with it. You can work it. You can turn anything around. It's pretty bloody marvellous. Libra, honestly, talk about the sign of the scales, you know, balancing things out. It's like you've been up, it's like you've been down. It's quite interesting. All right, so what are we interested in just in terms of clarification for Libra? There is a decision in the process of being made at this current time anyway. Let's have a look at the Fool. What is the Fool about? Well, we know what the Fool's about, but another layer to the Fool. Wanting to be unencumbered, wanting to set off on a new project, a new journey. It's truth. It's what's your truth right now. The crown is pierced by new information, by the sword of truth. There's a lot of epiphanies. There's a lot of epiphanies going on at the moment, I think, for a lot of people. I mean, after a year of things being in flux, is that not a natural ramification or result that people are having these sort of like, wow, I don't want to be oscillating between extremes anymore. I know what I want. Well, I know what I need. So even if a decision hasn't been made yet, you know what it is. You know that the direction that you want to go in. Lovely Libra. Look, I'm kind of interested in this Five of Swords here and the Four of Wands. Five of Swords, please. Yeah, look. We'll just get one more card. There's a ruthless nature to that. I only say that to that Five of Swords. Did I say Five of Wands? I don't know. It's Five of Swords. There is a ruthless nature to it. We all have that within ourselves. Let's face it. I just get one card coming out, which is the Queen of Wands. I just want to look at that Four of... there's a ruthless nature to the Queen of Wands because she is ego-driven. She's very passionate. She's overcome many hurdles. Don't lose your sense of generosity, I guess, but I don't think you have. I'm not sure where this is going. Let's just see for the Four of Wands. It is amazing because you are presenting. You know, you're presenting coming in with, coming through, moving forward with the Magician. So it's pretty, look, it's sort of like, what do you call people that, pedantic? You know, like there's a pedantic feeling about this reading. We get the Knight of Swords when we're looking at the Four of Wands. Look, I just think, you know, there are, I mean, you've seen the worst, you've seen the best. You've been up, you've been down. There's almost a, what did I say before, a ruthlessness about the Queen of Wands. But actually, in fact, this whole reading is quite impersonal. You're making a decision based on just actually to clear the everything. You're making a decision based on your own internal truth. And it doesn't take into account anything that could be deemed to be sentimental, like pain, sentimentality. It doesn't take into account anything except just what is your truth. This is really interesting. What is your personal truth? It is impersonal, just as, you know, natural law is impersonal. It's like you've taken this, you've actually sort of aced your own Libran abilities, where you are in fact in such a balance because you've known extremes, Libra. This is what I'm getting from this reading. It's quite strange, actually. And with the Magician, let's just have a wee, let's just get one card for the Magician for Libra. One card. We get one card pop out here, the Seven Assessment, Seven of Cups. Look, you're totally not swayed by any sort of fantasy or illusions, delusions, not swayed at all by all the options available. It's like you're, God, it's like I just see the Statue of Liberty, you know, in the sea, this great, holding strong, holding firm. That's what I see. It's quite strange. Libra, God. Let's get a pixie and fairy card for you. This is quite amazing. So this truth, this central point with the Two of Swords. Yeah, and it's part of your personal initiation. And if it's not happening in you and around you, it's happening with people that you know. This is the singer of initiation. It is like an ace. This is like uber balance. There's nothing that's putting you off course. It's upping your own ante. We just have a look at that. It is transformative completely. The singer of transfiguration. You know, over the last, if we go back to that full moon in Scorpio, a lot of the energy around that to me was about utilizing vulnerability, what you see in yourself as being vulnerabilities, utilizing those as strength, turning it around. And this, amongst other aspects of that kind of personal work, is descriptive of it. This is the phoenix from the flame. It is a huge fiery butterfly. It is transmutation. It is kind of putting, altering the form of something. And it's usually something that does not serve us. And so we transmute it into something else. It is part of our experience. It's part of being down. It's part of being up. It's part of all those extremes, you know. And we have managed, beautiful Librans, to work it. It's pretty clever, actually, in a completely impersonal way. It's amazing, Libra. Just get one more card, looking at that gorgeous ace of cups that's just behind you. Or maybe we've said enough. Pixies and fairies. Maybe we've said enough. Oh, look, I think there's just, at some point you've had massive sort of parting of the waters, clearing of the mists, and you've actually seen, you've had a cog just shifted, which was enough to allow you to see what you can do with a wealth of, what I see, a wealth of experience and a wealth of insight. When we're looking at this, which is just past, this ace will reverberate. I mean, it's not, you've not felt it, you've not utilized it fully yet, but that's what you're doing. We get Iris of the Rainbow, clearing the mists. She exists between the sky and the surface of the water or the land. She clears the mist. It's about messages coming in. It's about new information. Excuse me. And that is certainly what has come into your lap. Dear Magician, dear Libra. We'll just get a journey map card for you, Libra, today. Get one here. No, too many. Just one card, please. Just one card. Wow. This came out, I think, in a Taurus. Taurus reading. We get the Maiden, a time of, we're perched on a threshold, is what we are. Everything's been put into motion. this is a card of prepubescent surrender, actually, because you know what's happening. You know it's happening to your body, it's happening to your mind, there's a shift going on, and this is a period of respite, a period of waiting for it to fully embody you, or you to fully embody it. A period of waiting, a quiet excitement. It's something that you do not have words for. And I think that almost sums this reading up. It's quite wild. Just get a little Harlequin card. Hang on. Bear with me. A little Harlequin card, just words. Just words, she said. Set the bar high. Again, this came out, I think, with that other card. Libra, set the bar high. Always set the bar high. Go for it. Thank you, Libra. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes. I really appreciate it. I really do. So, have a good week, and we'll catch you next time round. Chin chin. Toodle pip.